Mike here, and welcome back to another Red's How-To Minecraft Mods. This is part 2 of episode 3, and in this part we're going to be talking about Carpenters blocks and the Carpenters block mod. I enjoy this mod, and if you're a builder or you love to build, this will be a mod for you. And we'll start off with just jumping right in. The first block you'll see here is the Carpenter's block, the main base block. In order to make this, you'll need 8 sticks and a plank in the middle. And the thing about the Carpenter's block is you can actually shape it the way you want to. So you can make slabs out of it. You can have horizontal slabs, vertical slabs, slabs on the bottom, slabs on the top, whatever. And it's like any other Carpenter's block, can be dyed into something, and then can be removed with a hammer if you see. Kind of cool. You can break it down, but also can be chiseled to look like something else. Moving on. Next item up is the Carpenter's barrier, and all a Carpenter's barrier is just a fence. The recipe for this is 2 Carpenter's blocks and 2 sticks will make a Carpenter's barrier. And you can replace your fencing needs with these, and you can obviously make them and dye them something else. Next up is a button. Simple recipe, just like a normal Minecraft button. 1 block gives you 1 Carpenter's button. And the cool thing about this is you can make hidden buttons. So let me get some blue stained clay, and you will never know that button's there unless you look at it on the peripheral or on the sides, and then you can see it. Next up is the Carpenter's collapsible block, and the difference between this and a normal Carpenter's block is, I'll show you with a hammer, which the recipe will be coming up soon, is I could take this block and I can deform it by left clicking the mouse, or clicking the mouse, period, whichever buttons you have mapped out. And I can make it look like, say I have this in front of my house, I can make it dirt, and I can make it look like the dirt's coming up to the side of the house. Or if I live in a desert, I can make it look like sun or wind-swept sand. Next item up on the list is a Carpenter's daylight sensor, just like a normal daylight sensor, does all the same things. This is the recipe: 3 pieces of glass, 2 redstone, and a lapis lazuli in the middle, and 3 Carpenter's block. Again, you can dye this to make it camouflage into your building if you have a light source inside the building. Next up is let me grab some stuff to stick in it, and a white tulip. Is the Carpenter's flower pot. In order to get this to work, a lot of people would probably go, oh, I'm going to stick a flower in there. Well, you can't. In order to plant something, you actually need to put dirt into it, or shift click into it and put dirt in. There we go. And then I'll make it look like glass. Or not. Okay, so it's a dirt by dirt flower pot. But anyways, there you go. That's how you plant inside of it. You need to put a piece of dirt in first, which is kind of ingenious. You know, making a flower pot, why won't you put dirt in the first place? Next up is the Carpenter's gate, and the recipe is this: 4 sticks and 2 planks and Carpenter's blocks in the middle. Planks, same thing. Again, you can do the same thing with this. You can modify it, make it look different, make it into the fence line, whatever. Next up is the Carpenter's ladder, 8 shape of Carpenter's blocks, and gives you 4 Carpenter's ladder. And the cool thing about this is you can take ladders, again, if you want hidden ladders in your house, stay in them, and they're hidden, virtually hidden. Or you could use them as like a decorative piece if you're that type of person in Minecraft. Next up is a Carpenter's lever. Very simple: a stick and a Carpenter's block. Not that hard. Next up are pressure plates. Again, 2 Carpenter's blocks. You know, do the same thing as a pressure plate. You can dye it whatever you want. If you have a nice carpeting floor, you can dye it in. Next up is a Carpenter's safe. It is a Carpenter's type chest. I think it kind of like the IC2, where only you can access it. It's a block of iron and a redstone. Either that, or it's their version of a chest. I've seen this used in mod packs very well. Say you have a wall, like so, and this front part is facing towards that ingot back there. And so the mod creator hid a tulip in there, and they want you to find it. It's a special tulip for a collect a monument type thing. You can walk by it, unless you click on it like so, you would never know it's there, unless you have a tooltip at the top. Make it to day here. Alright. Next up is the Carpenter's wedge slope. It's 3 sticks and a corner piece of carpenter's blocks makes the wedge. I like the wedge slopes because they look, if you like want to make an industrial type building, they look a lot better than having stairs out in front, you know, like a ramp you can ramp things up into. It still has the same animation of climbing upstairs, but that's just Minecraft coding itself. Next is carpenter's stairs, and the carpenter's stairs you can, you know, modify it, make it upside down, a lot easier, make it a corner piece. Makes it easier than like a normal stair where you have to make sure you fit it in properly or set it up properly. Again, dyeable. Next up is the torch. It's 1 piece of coal or charcoal, and a carpenter's block gives you 8 torches. And this can also be like everything else, dyed, and to make it hidden into your building. So all you see is the flame at the top. Excuse me. Next up is a carpenter's bed. I actually like the carpenter's bed. Simple recipe, like normal bed, 3 pieces of wool, and then carpenter's replaces it. But I like it because it's not just a normal red bed or white bed, which can also dye and stain, but it can also change the sheets to match your purpose if you like any of them that are there. I actually just like the hammer one, or actually the snowflake's kind of cool too. And then if you ever wanted a diamond bed, well, there you go. And I got a block. Now you got a bed made out of diamonds. Aren't you a little rich fancy pants? Anyways, on to the next section. Here we have the carpenter's hatch. And recipe is a 6x6, and the cool thing about the carpenter's hatch, it reacts like the door does, so I'll show you the door recipe later on. You can actually have a little piece of glass in it if you wanted to, or screen, or 4 pieces of glass, or kind of like a door piece, or you can make it hidden, where it's just a piece of wood. Next up, excuse me about that, sorry about smacking whatever I did, is carpenter's tiles. This, I want you to make sure you understand this, it needs to be hardened clay and carpenter's blocks. It has to be hardened clay, cannot be any stained clay. I made a mistake when I was setting this up, and I put orange stained clay because it kind of resembled the hardened clay, and I couldn't figure out why this recipe wasn't showing up, and I had to look through it to make sure, and it's just because I had orange stained clay. So that's the recipe for that. Man, it's getting dark in here. Kind of weird. And this is like a carpeting or tile piece, and you can take your hammer and you can change the look of it and stain it, obviously, or stain it or dye it. Next up are the garage doors. I kind of like the garage doors. I've seen them actually used, and they kind of look cool. So if you go up to a garage door and you select it and make it look like that, and then you come over, you would never know there's a hidden door here. You can have a lever here, just a random lever or a button, and you can just click, and you go on through. Click. And nobody would know there's a big giant door there. And simple recipe, it's just an 8. It was all full, almost full with just a missing block. Next up is a carpenter's door. It's a normal door recipe, and you can do the same thing like with the hatch, and you can make a different style, and of course you can dye it. And I want a pink glass door. Why not? Pink stained glass door, that's kind of cool looking. And the last 2 recipes are obviously the hammer, carpenter's hammer, which is 3 pieces of iron shaped like a hammer, which I think is kind of a nifty looking recipe, and the hammer piece, and the chisel. And like I said, the chisel, all it does is changes the formation of bricks. So this mod is a mod for, like I said, builders or people with good imaginations. I've seen this done where I've seen houses built with carpenter's blocks, make them look more realistic, as I can say, especially when you're using these collapsible blocks, because of the fact that you can shape them any way you wish to shape them. But that is it for this mod. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like down below, and this will be the end of episode 3. Tune in next time. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do for episode 4, but it's something, like I said, all of these mods are big mod pack mods and popular mods, so go look at the Feed the Beast mod pack or something like that, and you'll probably see where I'm going on this. Little caveat, I'm probably not going to do something like IC2 or the big magic mods like Thaumcraft, because of, I'm not saying no on the magic mods, I'm just saying no on Thaumcraft, because they're such a large mod and they're such a time consuming mod. This is just a preview of what the mods do, and then the materials alone. Something like thermal expansion or IC2 will end up being not a 1 or 2 part or 3 part series, will be like a 10 part series, and something like the magic one, I can't think of the name. I'm having a brain fart moment. That is something that you actually better if you play through and do a LP or a playthrough on. There's plenty of people out there doing, how-tos on it, but that's just kind of an ease of access. But if you guys want an IC2 thing or something like that, I'll just do a playthrough, and maybe an IC2 small mod, adding small mods to it, and a little small mod pack I create myself, and I'll do an LP on that. But that's here nor there. So okay, anyways, you know the drill. Leave a like, leave a dislike if you didn't like it. Comment down below if I missed anything, or you want to just tell people, hey, this is another thing you can do with this, and subscribe if you enjoyed this stuff and you want to see more of it. I'm not saying I'm going to stop if you don't subscribe. I'm just saying if you want an easier access of getting these items to you. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you later. Bye-bye.